Alright, so earlier we finished creating our shape. Looks beautiful. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into Photoshop and bring this shape in there. So in Photoshop, to get started, you're going to do a File, New. You're going to choose under, let's go ahead and do Web again. Let's do Most Common Web. Yeah, that'll be fine. Just go ahead and leave these numbers the same. Create. Alright, now in our web artboard, we're going to go ahead and take this shape from Illustrator. We're going to go ahead and click on it to select it. And then I want you to go to Edit, Copy. With it copied to our clipboard, we're going to go into Photoshop, go to Edit, Paste. Now if it asks you how do you want to paste it, we'll go ahead and choose Pixels and then OK. And you should see this. If you hit Enter on your keyboard, it should place it, and it's pretty good quality. It is now pixelated, but we kept it at pretty good quality, so that's fine. You'll notice that it became a new layer, and that's important for us, and it might be a good idea right now to name this layer Planet, so you can remember that for future. You can now move your planet around if you want to, and you do that by using this tool right here, the Move tool. If you would like to shrink your planet, you could do so, but I warn you that that can cause problems. It might be better instead of shrinking it here, but shrink it here instead in Illustrator, and then copy and paste it, and you'd probably be better off doing it that way. So I'm not even going to tell you how to do it in Photoshop, because if you want to find out, Google it. Alright, so I got my planet in Photoshop. Let's go ahead and make our background black right now. So I'm going to go to Layer 1. And if you don't have a Layer 1, you can always make a new layer and just stick it underneath your planet too. We'll call this one Space. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill this in with black. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the black right here by clicking on the foreground background default, this little button, or I can just double click here and set it to black. Now, oops, if I did not mean to push that, go away. Now if I take the paint bucket tool, and again that might be hiding underneath your gradient, so make sure you have the paint bucket tool right here. Click and hold if you don't see it. And click. Make sure you're still on the space layer. This won't work if you're on the planet layer. If you did it accidentally on the planet layer, just go ahead and Control C. And now we see that it is kind of starting to look a little bit like a planet. Now let's have a little bit of fun with some texture on this. So let's go to the planet layer. And we're going to go up here to our filters. And we're going to go to Filter Gallery. And this is going to bring up some pretty cool stuff that we can do to maybe make this look a little bit more like a planet. You could try a few of these. There are a number of them that are just going to make it look kind of weird. I think you'll find that underneath the Distort panel, that's where you're going to find your best ones. I would go with Glass or Ocean Ripple. Both of those should create cool effects, and you can adjust the ripple size and the magnitude and just kind of give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest to that. Play with the smoothness, the scale of the bumps, how big they are. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to go with something like that right now. Click OK. Now you can see the before and after if I push Control Z, what it looks like. I think that's pretty neat. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. Alright, let's go back here and we're going to add another element now. Now if you'd like to stop right here and maybe just add a few different planets, this would be a good time to do that. So maybe try experimenting with some different colors and things like that. Maybe you find that this is too bright and you'd like to just throw this away and try again. Maybe try a color that's just a little less intense. That's fine. So I'm going to stop this video, and I would encourage you to do a few more planets. Let's say that at a minimum you need to create 3 planets, but shoot for somewhere between 3 and 5. Thanks for watching, guys.